have scenarios of this nature. The other aspect is the tenant hierarchy itself. The multi-tenancy also provides you the capability of forming something called as a tenant hierarchy. So tenant hierarchy is basically representing the various customers in the form of an hierarchy. For example, let's say Microsoft is an ISV, is an application provider. So they provide, let's say, a fleet tracking system. So Ford could use it, GM Motors can use it, Chevrolet, Volkswagen. So each of this can be represented as a tenant, and each tenant can have their own set of end users used in the application. The simplest form of a tenant hierarchy. Right? And this hierarchy need not stop at one level; it can go to n level. So you could have, for example, let's say it's a software, an accounting software. Best Buy US can buy. At the same time, Best Buy Canada can also buy, which means within the same company, it could be two different organizations or sub-organizations, delivery units that can use this, and each can have its own branches represented as tenants within the system, and they further can go to nth level of tenant, and you can have users in anywhere in this tree, right? You can have users at Best Buy US, you can have users at Seattle level, you can have users at the nth level as well. So this gives you a nice way of representing an organization hierarchy. That way, implementing the security norms and policies becomes much more easier. There is also this reseller model possible. So when you have a SaaS product, again, you may have resellers who would probably do white labeling, and they will sell it to their end customers, and then they kind of pay you a commission back to you, right? So a typical reseller model. So you could have, for example, have University of Pennsylvania act as a reseller for you, which means Pennsylvania itself is not going to use your product, right? Instead, it's going to be used by the colleges. So it could be distributed to college 1, 2, and so on, right? So it's a distributor, reseller distributor model. And virtual tenants are also possible. For example, when you want to group different tenants under a category, and then you want to apply settings to that category. For example, there could be hospitals available, and there are like long-term healthcare hospitals, and there is some emergency hospitals. So the settings you do, the workflow you have may differ between these two things. So you can create a virtual tenant, which means it's not a real tenant, but a tenant category kind of a thing, which can have all the settings in place. That way, when you get a new long-term healthcare customer, it's easier to add them under this virtual tenant, which means by default they inherit all these settings, all the security access controls in place inherently, and then it becomes much easier to roll out the implementation for those customers. So where do I apply these multi-tenancy? We saw a few examples.